Shalom to all. My name is Shlomo Riskin. I'm the chief rabbi of the city of Efrat. Efrat is a city in Judea on the west bank of Israel, some 7 miles south of Jerusalem, overlooking Jerusalem. I'm an Orthodox rabbi, and an Orthodox rabbi who is very profoundly interested in religion in general, in Christianity, and especially in the persona of Jesus in particular. This started when I was studying in university, and I majored in Greek. And then I spent a year at the Hebrew University and had a magnificent course with Professor David Flusser, which was the Gospels in Greek. And I was truly fascinated with the personality of Jesus, whom certainly to myself I always refer to as Rabbi Jesus. Because I think he is indeed a model rabbi in many counts. And he lived the life of a Jewish rabbi in Israel at a very critical time in our history. And I've constantly come back to a study of his personality and his teachings, which are very strongly rooted in Talmudic teachings. And I've come to the very obvious conclusion that Christians and Jews are the root and the branch, because Jesus emerged out of Jewish teachings and Jewish society. And Jesus went on to present much of the fundamental truths of the Bible to the entire world. Especially today, when the threat of Islam, fundamentalist Islam especially, looms so large. It's critical that we rethink the fact that Western society and culture is based upon Greco-Roman civilization and Judeo-Christian civilization. And that specifically Judeo-Christian civilization and the truths which comprise Judeo-Christian civilization are critical if the world, the free world, humanity, a free humanity, is to endure. I would like to begin by trying to understand in depth that which unites the Jews and the Christians. And the first idea and ideal which informs both of our faiths is that of Messianism. The Greek Christos means Messiah. And Messiah is a Hebrew word, Mashiach, for the anointed with oil, the king at a time of world peace and world redemption. Indeed, on the cross, which crucified Jesus, appears the 4 letters, Inri, Yesu Nazareth, Jesus of Nazareth, Rex Judaecorum, the King of the Jews. Now, this idea of Messianism is probably one of the most powerful ideas in the world, and very, very much at odds with the Greco-Roman pessimism. The Greco-Roman culture, the Greco-Roman literature, saw the world as being cyclical. Everything was in circles, and the myth which expressed precisely what the world and life was all about is the myth of Sisyphus. Sisyphus takes a boulder, grunts, works very hard, gets the boulder to the top of the mountain, only to have the boulder fall down again. Up again to the top of the mountain, only to have the boulder fall down again. The world is pointless. The circles continue round and round. But there's no end, and there's no end game. It's tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow beats on this petty pace to the last syllable of recorded time, because life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. We are doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past in an endless cycle of circles. Enter Messianism, and it's a whole different picture. Messianism says that the world is lineal, not cyclical. That the graph may not be completely straight, but the world is moving towards the perfection of society. And there will come a time in the future, there will be an end game in which there will be peace, redemption, goodwill for all humanity. This is the dream. And this idea and ideal of the perfectibility of human nature in society is one of the most important links that we Jews and Christians share in common. There's one interesting difference. You know, I often think, if someone were to announce that the Messiah is here, who would actually want him? President Bush? He has to wait to see what's going to happen in Iraq. He doesn't want to stop his presidency in the middle. Prime Minister Olmert, he's trying to gain a larger coalition. He doesn't need any kind of competition with the Messiah. The Jews? Messiah means the Jews all have to move to Israel. I doubt that the Jews throughout the world are ready right now to move to Israel. So I don't think many people would be interested in his coming, except religious Christians and religious Jews. And we'll all run out to greet him and ask him one critical question. Is this the first time you're coming or the second time you're coming? That's the difference. But in terms of the idea and the ideal of Messianism, in terms of perfection and perfectibility of world and society, that is one of the most optimistic and critical ideas which we Jews and Christians share together and gave to the world.